Hello, human beings, and welcome to the first episode of my Hades playthrough. Now, Hades is a game that I've been playing for a little bit now. As you can see, I've been playing for a little while. I got about maybe like 25 hours into the game. I have seen the ending of the game. Oh my goodness, I have seen the ending. But for this series on YouTube, I'm going to be starting a brand new save file so that we can start all the way from the beginning, just for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna play through Hades, we're gonna have a great time, we're gonna escape from hell. Let's do this. Now, I guess, I could choose to do hell mode. I'm probably not gonna go with hell mode, mostly because I've never played hell mode before, and I don't know what it is, so we're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna ignore it. So let's start.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Very spooky, very ominous. So Hades is a roguelite game. It's a roguelite game, a lot like The Binding of Isaac, which is a game that I absolutely love. One of my favorite games of all time. I'll probably be playing it here on this channel too. But it's much more story-focused. There are actually story reasons why all of the events in this game are taking place. So here we are. We are Zagreus, the prince of the Underworld. And we are going to fight through wave after wave of enemies in order to escape from Hades.
Try to stop me.
Oh. A lot, instantly, right away, starting off a new game, I'm already noticing that there are a couple of things that I don't have right off the bat. I don't think you start this game with all of your abilities. Even the ability to use a special move, I think is not here right now. Oh, hold on. There is the ability to use a special move. Unfortunately, all of my hotkeys are completely wrong because I've changed my hotkeys for this game on my other save file. So I'm going to do that as soon as we clear this room so that I can actually have the proper hotkeys. So we're going to pause right here. Yeah, I know, pausing in the first 3 minutes of the first playthrough. We're going to pause right here. We're going to come back once the settings are good. And we are back. Sorry, everyone. I had to adjust my controls so that they matched stuff that I had on my other save file. All right, so now I can use special by doing right click. I can use my cast by pressing one of my mouse buttons. Everything works out. So let's talk. So this is the first boon that we're going to get in the entire game. It's going to be Athena, it seems.
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
Awesome. So that is the magic of this game. Much like most other roguelikes, there are tons of ways that you can customize your character so that every run doesn't feel like exactly the same game. And this is one of the more notable ways to do that. Is you get boons from the gods up on Olympus. So every time we get a boon, we have the option to pick between 3 of them. Our attack is stronger and can deflect. That's a pretty good one. Pretty standard, straight up attack damage up, and we can deflect with our attack. Our cast deals damage to foes in a small area and can deflect, or our dash deals damage and can deflect. I'm going to go right ahead. I'm just going to go for the attack damage. Attack damage is always good. Always, always, always good.
But thank you.
Yeah, and that's another one of the things that is really, really cool about this game, is you actually build relationships with these gods as you work your way through it. You can give them gifts, you can really make them just fall in love with you, and you fall in love with them too. I mean, all the characters in this game are really fantastic. This is, I don't think it's controversial to say that this is Supergiant's best game. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be people who have different reasons for loving all of Supergiant's games. They have never, ever released a game that's bad. So I really don't blame anyone for having different opinions on different games, but this is, without a doubt, my favorite Supergiant game so far. And I mean, you can tell this is a Supergiant game just based on the art style, the music. There is singing in this game. There is, there's a couple singers in this game. I'm sure that we'll get to them. But it's really like a high quality product. It's beautiful looking. It's beautiful sounding. The game feels great too. Palm of Power. All right, so this is, classic. Pomegranates, obviously, levels up your stuff. That just makes perfect sense, right? So with these Palms of Power, we can level up any of the boons that we've got. This is a bit of a, I think this first run's a bit of a tutorial run, and that's fine. We'll just, we'll stick with the tutorial, but we are going to level this up. Level 1 to level 2. It does deal a little bit more damage. What we're going to get in the next chamber, and what we got in the last chamber, but I wasn't explaining, is darkness. And this is one of the resources that we're going to use to get more permanent upgrades in the future. It's interesting because the thing about roguelikes that is often a problem, I don't want to say a problem because all the games they've managed to find ways to make you not care much about death and dying, right? And ending up starting the game over. But this game actually has narrative reasons for why you die and come back and continue to fight. I mean, being the prince of the Underworld kind of helps. So we can choose here between getting money, which can be used in Charon shops to purchase our own upgrades later, or we can get some health, and I am going to take the health. Health is almost always one of the best things you can choose in this game. I'm definitely going to be choosing it as often as possible, right? Listen, they say you can't fight if you're dead, right? If you're dead, you can't get out of hell. All right, speed up these fat guys. Now these skulls have armor on them, which actually makes it a little bit more difficult to fight them. Nice. That is 25 extra health. That's pretty good. That's what we need. And it looks like we're going to be getting another boon, this time from Ares when we go into this run. Oh, we're fighting a mini-boss. Now, surely I'm doing better than a first-time player, like playing this game for the first time would be doing. I mean, I remember the first time I played this game, I lost on this fight. But now that I kind of know some of the enemy attack patterns, it's a little bit easier to dodge, to use my dodge, get out of the way of whatever it is that they're doing. It's a little bit easier to fight through once you actually get used to the patterns that the enemies are presenting to you. So hopefully I'll make it a little bit farther than I think, although I'm noticing now that I don't have some of the upgrades that you usually have later on in the game that I'm much more used to having.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Ares.
The fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Yeah, we're kind of on the same page here. So boons come in 4 rarities. They can either be common, which the first boon that we got was a common. They can be rare, they can be epic, they can be heroic, or they can be legendary or duo, which are like their own special level of amazing boons that you can get in this game. So let's see what we're looking at here. Your cast sends a blade rift hurtling ahead. I'm not in love with that one. Your attack, special, and cast deal more damage, or after slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. This is better for larger packs of enemies, but I am going to go with Urge to Kill just because it's a flat damage bonus.
This means war.
13% extra damage is nothing to sneeze at here. So that's what we'll go for. Now, I don't anticipate being able to make it all the way to the end of this run, because like I said, I'm missing a couple of key bonuses that kind of required to help beat the game. A little bit required. Death's Defiance being one of them. There is a way for you to die on a run and immediately respawn where you just died. And you can do that multiple times, depending on how many times you upgrade that bonus. And that's going to be one of the first things that we're looking on spending our darkness down here on, is we want to get that benefit, because that benefit is, above all others, it's got to be the best benefit. I mean, you can, coming back from the dead. You're the prince of the dead, and you can come back from the dead. Oh, I stepped right on a trap there. Oh, I stepped right on a trap, and then this big heavy guy just smacked me right in the head. That's a little bit of a problem. I probably shouldn't have allowed that to happen. I did lose a good chunk of my health just on that. I'm not sure how much health I had before this room, but I'm approaching the 50% mark, and that's kind of not a great spot to be in. All right. Ooh, well, we got a Dionysius boon here.
Revelry? People having a good time? Well, sure then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
Hey there, Zag, man, how's it going? Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us already. We've been saving you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, this guy certainly loves to party. Now, right away, my eye is drawn to Positive Outlook because it is the rare boon. The rest of these are common. Now, common boons aren't bad, right? They're just, like, rare gives, like, an extra little bit of percentage onto the boon. You take less damage while at 40% health or below. That's pretty good, actually. Your special inflicts hangover. Now, hangover damage is, as you can see over in the tooltip to the right, it basically gives damage over time to enemies while they have it on them. That's a good choice for offensiveness, but again, defensiveness in this game is super, super priority. So I'm going to go with Positive Outlook, mostly because it's rare, but also just because, you know, I'm close to 40% health or below. And, you know, I want to take less damage. I want to live. I want to survive for as long as I can. Now I have a choice between picking Darkness, which again is for permanent upgrades, or Charon. Charon is the shopkeeper in the game where you can sell, not sell, you can sell to Charon, sort of, in a roundabout way, but mostly you buy boons or health pickups from him. Since that's more of a temporary per run upgrade, and I'm not expecting to actually finish this run because, you know, it's the first one, it's like the tutorial run, I haven't gotten all my upgrades yet, I am going to go for Darkness since it's more of a permanent upgrade. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got more skulls with armor. Again, the armor is really difficult. Oh, jeez. There's a lot of them, too. The armor's really difficult to bypass because enemies don't flinch while they have armor. Enemies do tend to flinch. Not all the enemies, but a bunch of enemies have the ability to flinch when you hit them. And that's really good for defensiveness. Oh, another Ares boon. That's good. Maybe we'll be able to get something good for my special, because again, every single one of your abilities, if you look at the left side of the screen, right, we have the boon that went onto our main attack, right? The main attack that I've been using this entire time. And that gives us, you know, a little bit of extra damage on our attack, and it allows us to deflect with our attack. But every single one of your abilities, like your cast and your special, and even your dash, can be upgraded by a boon. So what I'm hoping for getting here from Ares... Oh, yeah, I didn't dodge out of the way in time. What I'm hoping getting here from Ares is something that'll upgrade my special. That would be super useful. So right away, right, I'm going to take this. This is an epic boon where my special inflicts Doom, right? And Doom is just like a flat amount of damage that gets dealt to an enemy, like about a second after you deal damage to them. So right away, Curse of Pain, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. And it looks like we have a key. Nice. So keys are very, very useful early in the game. They become less useful over time, though. And I will explain that. The reason for that... Oh, I'll explain the reason for that after we die the first time. And we get to look in the mirror. Looking in the mirror is where you spend your darkness to kind of reflect on your past activities and grow as a person, which in gameplay terms means permanent upgrades for your character. Now, with only 31 health remaining, looking in the mirror might come to us a little bit sooner than we would like. It would be super, super, like, awesome if I was able to actually get past the first boss on this first run. But again, it's kind of a long shot. I'm pretty low on health here. As a matter of fact, so I could choose between a Palm of Power to level up one of my abilities, or I can go to Charon, and Charon might have health. So I'm actually going to go to Charon. Plus, it'll be nice to actually talk to him for the first time. Because Charon is, I mean, so every single character in this game has a story. Charon's story is probably the most interesting, and as soon as you hear him talk, like, you'll understand why entirely.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that you got? Some sort of wares for sale? And I'll just have a look around.
Quite the wordsmith, that Charon, right?
Beyond
we got here?
The present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a
Very spooky. So that's the narrator. The narrator that our main character can just hear. The narrator that is critical to Supergiant Games. So yes, just beyond this chamber, as you can see by the skull icon with the star and the two chevrons right there, this is the boss chamber. So this is actually going to be a pretty tough fight because I'm very low on health. So I could choose to buy this Athena boon. Athena boons tend to give things that cause deflect, right? Just like my main attack, right? Causes deflect now. So that might be useful to get. My other choice is I can actually take both the health and the darkness, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Considering there's a really high likelihood that we die on this next fight, you know, healing up a little bit, right? Giving us an extra 25 health for this fight, and darkness for, you know, when we move on to the next screen, when we move on to the next life, and we have to, you know, use a little bit more darkness to improve ourselves. I think that's the better choice here. Sorry, Athena. I'll get to you sometime in the future, but for now, we're moving on. We're going to fight the first boss here, the first boss of Tartarus.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
My name's Megara, but my friends call me Meg. At least they would if I had any friends.
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
How many Hercules puns do you think I'm going to do throughout this entire, like, playthrough? It's probably going to be an infinity amount.
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
You know, honestly, I'm going to have to pick the painful way.
I'll have to go with the painful way.
Oops.
A man after my own heart.
All right, so let's see if we can actually make it through. If we can, okay. Oh, all right. So one of the things that I'm super used to is having 2 dashes, the ability to dash. Okay, see, yeah, we're probably gonna lose this fight. I'm already down to 15% health, just because I'm so unused to like the maneuverability that this version of Zagreus has. You know what I should be doing is I should be using my special. Oh, okay, we're at 2 health. We can't get hit even a single more time. So we have to be real careful about how we take this fight. I think it's very doable if I just take no more damage.
I think not.
Well, that's embarrassing. What I tried to do there was I tried to hit her orbs back at her using my attack, which deflect. And unfortunately, my attack just isn't fast enough, so I wasn't able to deflect. But you know what? Death is just part of this game. It's just a natural part of life. And I guess undeath? Am I undead? All right, well, that first run was unsuccessful. But that's just half this game, right? The other half of this game is coming home and talking to all your friends. Except that guy. That guy's not my friend, all right?
Welcome to the House of Hades, where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Yeah, thanks, Hypno.
Some of us more than
It
others.
just feels good. It feels great knowing that everybody dies sometimes. It's just great.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here.
Stupid boy. Let's get some
How was
shoes.
your wanton ransacking of my domain?
That's an ancient meme, huh?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go. See for yourself.
I don't know about that one, Hades. I got a good feeling that I might reach the surface at some point. Oh, and here's the best feature of this game. You can pet your dog. You can pet Cerberus.
Oh, please.
Isn't that just charming? Isn't that just lovely? How wholesome. Let's see what he has to say.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the Underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
You watch over things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could.
It's so nice. It's such a wholesome experience. Let's see. Ah, yes, my good friend Achilles.
Good to see you, lad, despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
Achilles, just an all-around solid dude. We do have a door here that we can't go in. I am not welcome in there, but I can absolutely keep shaking this door if I want to. As a matter of fact, the fact that Hades hates this means that I should probably just keep doing that as much as I can. Let's see what's going on here.
Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
that is the biggest mystery that this game has, is that Zagreus can hear the narrator. That's like, even though I've seen the end credits of this game, I still don't know why Zagreus can hear the narrator. That's just
Do not despair,
interesting
child.
stuff.
Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. You made contact with the goddess Athena. She shall be true to her word.
I believe it, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
The risk is not to me. I expected the Olympians would involve themselves in this eventually. Reveal to them no more than they already know. Are we understood?
Yes.
Good old Mama Nyx. So Nyx is Zagreus' mother. That's it. That's all there is to it. There is no more than that. And here we are in my room. So this is what I was talking about. This is the mirror where you reflect on your past experiences.
Light and darkness guide me.
So here I can spend darkness for permanent buffs. Permanent buffs that'll make all of my future runs much, much easier. We got Shadow Presence, where we can deal bonus attack and special damage when striking foes from behind. Very useful. Restore a small amount of health when you exit a chamber. So this will be 1 health per rank. As you can see, you can level these things up multiple times. Death Defiance. Restore 50% health instead of dying when your life total is depleted 1 time per rank. And you can stack this up to 3 times. Now this is where runs are won. All right, is how soon you invest into Death Defiance. All right, now the cost is going to go up exponentially, but right away I am going to take one. All right, yes. See, we go from 30 to 500. Right, it's not going to be easy to get all the Death Defiance that we need, but we'll go for it. We have to go for it. We owe it to ourselves, all right? And then the last one here is Greater Reflex, and this is what I was talking about when I said I usually am used to 1 additional dash in quick succession. I've always had this on, ever since the beginning of the game on my other save file. Unfortunately, we don't have enough darkness to get it quite yet. I will purchase 1 Chthonic Vitality, and then I will save the rest of the darkness until we can get the Greater Reflex. Because again, having this extra mobility is so useful, right? If I had this extra dash, I would have been able to get away from most of Megra's attacks involving her whip, like whipping all the way around here. I would have been able to get away from it because you could dash an extra time. You can get twice as far away from an enemy. So I am going to save the rest of this darkness for Greater Reflex. Now, we only have 1 key, and we're going to need 5 to unlock the next 2 talents that are hidden in the Mirror of Night. All right, so that's what we're going to be saving up for with those keys. Let's take a look at what's out here.
Okay.
Ooh, now here is the other thought. We also need to use keys to unlock weapons. I'm going to use this key. You know what? Because I have 1 key, and there's only 1 key to unlock this weapon, I am going to unlock this weapon.
There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
The Heart Seeker. Let's deal some death.
Perfect. Now we got a bow. Much cooler. Much cooler. I do like the bow a little bit more than I like the sword. It feels really good to use, especially like the timing, but also, like, listen, I play Overwatch, I play Hanzo, right? It's inevitable that I'm going to like the bow. And look, we got a little skeleton guy here.
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist.
Yeah, Skelly's got a little bit of a pain fetish, I think. So Skelly is he's your training dummy. He's the way that you practice smacking enemies around. And it's really funny. He loves this stuff.
Whoops.
I promise he actually likes this stuff.
Bet I got you pretty good.
I love Skelly. He's so cool.
Empty for now.
Right, the keepsakes. So keepsakes are little treasures that people give you when you give them nectar, right? When you give them nectar, now, people down here really, really love their nectar. So giving them nectar, they'll give you a reward in return. And these keepsakes are just kind of permanent boons that you get throughout the rest of the run. Unfortunately, nobody likes us very much yet, so we don't have any of those. Now let's take a look at what we're dealing with.
I can do this. First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier said than done. And doubtless I'll be running into Meg.
Right, wow.
Flame ought to be just beyond. Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright, let's give it another shot.
Yeah, I mean, these...
From the courtyard back there.
These little vistas are really, really just like they're spectacular. I mean, look at this. This all feels like hand-drawn. It's just amazing art. Supergiant Games is, I mean, just fantastic. I've already talked about the art. I can't just go on gushing about Supergiant Games art, but like, I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. This overlook also kind of doubles as a way to track how far into the game you've gotten. As you can see, I've gotten to chamber 15, which is the chamber where Meg is. Unfortunately, I didn't get past her, but we will get there someday, I promise. And the only thing that's left here is this window. Now, this is the window that you jump out in order to escape, and this is where I'm going to be ending the first episode of this playthrough. Thank you for joining me. Every single one of these episodes, I think, is going to be, you know, doing a run. We'll start the episode having jumped through the window. We'll do the run. We'll come back. We'll talk to people. We'll upgrade ourselves, prepare ourselves for the next run, and that's where we'll end them. All right. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Have a good day.